Alright, everybody. Welcome back to NVTV Basement Sessions. Dita in the house.
What up, what up, what up?
Gonna say, give yourself a nice introduction.
Yo, my name's Dita Truth. I'm from Akron, Ohio. We got tons of music and great projects coming out. Look me up, man. All lowercase, every platform you could imagine. Dita Truth on everything. If you listen to music on it, I'm probably there. So.
Alright, so let's start with where you're from.
Akron, Ohio. I was born at Akron City Hospital, East Akron. It was a little rough. Mom wasn't really all the way there when I was born. I bounced around from like my aunts, grandma, grandpa, shit like that. Mainly raised growing up by my uncle and my aunt for the most part.
Hell yeah. What age were you exposed to the street life? I know we've talked about a lot of stuff on the side, so.
When I was 4, I watched my mom and some girl fight in the front yard. Old girl ended up getting her face kicked in, and then I got my first fight like a week later. So I've always kind of been seeing shit. Like I grew up right around Arlington, from Excelsior, Arlington Exchange, all the way up to Fifth Ave, fucking, and like down on the south side. So it was around. Regardless, you was gonna see it. It's not like it's just, certain areas of the country, like you go in and it's like every, that's all you see.
Right. Yeah,
But
there's different levels of exposure. That's
yeah,
for sure.
like here we got, you get your gang members and shit, but you'll get them, there'll be one here on this block, and then maybe a couple blocks around, a couple live on this block, and they're from a totally different gang or whatever, So it was pretty much growing up. I went to all black schools, so you was gonna see, you seen all that shit growing up. I got approached when I was real young, and then I always got in fights and shit walking home from school. There was like a point in time I couldn't go to school without getting suspended for fighting or getting into it with somebody. It was just, and back then it was bad because my uncle used to lock me out of the house. Like if I got in a fight or something, if I lost, they would lock me out of the house, bro. You wasn't allowed to lose. You had to go back and handle that shit. So, I don't know. I'm lucky to be here, man. I'll be 30 in 2 months.
Feel it. I'm creeping up on 30.
It's wild. I'm just glad to get away from all that stuff now.
So with all that being said, what made you want to pursue music as like a career path?
I always, like, when I was young, my mom said I could hear a song on a radio, and like within like the second, third, fourth time listening to it, I'd be able to sing it back to you. So I was always listening to music. Like we always listening to like Tupac, Biggie on the radio. My first album I ever bought was it was DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot. That was when I was like 6, 7.
Yeah, I know you said he was one of your inspirations.
Yeah, well, it's 'cause I didn't learn it until later in his career. Like, I liked some of his music and everything, but more so, like, for the fact that, like, he was fighting addiction and shit. And I feel like, it takes a strong-ass person to continue to try and do, creative things and try to, be a role model when you have that monkey on your back. So it's kind of like I had a lot of respect for him being able to do as much as he did in the industry, bro, and having that problem, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's to have any sort of like drug addiction or any addiction in general, and to be successful, it's very far and few.
You see it, like all these people talk about it in their music nowadays, and like a lot of them don't even do drugs, because if it was, like, rest in peace Mac Miller, we'd have way more situations.
Yeah, definitely miss Max music. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was a big one. Freaking, I remember right when that happened, I was opening for I opened for Lil White, and it was right after Lil Peep died. That was another one. Like, it was just like, it was crazy. I didn't really listen to his music, but he affected a lot of people. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd never even heard of him until I saw a girl saying how he saved her life, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" So I went and listened to a few of his songs. I'm not like a huge fan, but I definitely get the message out of his
yeah,
music. So he's definitely
yeah. I never really heard none of his music, but up until that point, then Lil White was shouting him out on the stage. I was like, man. And he performed Oxycontin, and I'll never forget it. He was like, bro, this is the last time I'm gonna be performing this for you guys right here. He was like, I'm done. I'm never performing that song ever again. Like, he's like, you couldn't pay me enough money. I'm like, dang.
damn.
I'm like, that's real though.
So what is your creative process like when you're making music?
It's different every time. Like, it depends on what mood I'm in, what kind of song I'm about to write. Depends on who's there. If I'm writing with somebody, it all depends. Usually, me, I'll pick from couple different beats, get a hook first or a topic at least, and then write down some bank words that goes with it, and then I'll circle from one song back to another, right in here or there, so I don't get like bored or nothing.
Right.
Cause sometimes I've done like 10 songs in a week before, so you gotta make sure that it's not too tedious. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I know you were just saying how you can sometimes just hit that right song in just 10 minutes. And you're just out the door, just boom, boom.
Yep.
Ready to rock.
Yep. That's how it was. I just did a feature for my boy Dita. Shout out Dita, man. He got the feature from me or whatever. I went there, bro. He'll tell you I wrote it like 15 minutes, bro. Laid it, was out, bro. That was it. Grabbed my loot, got up out of there. But that's why and then now it's not only that. Like, you get a feature with somebody and you start working with somebody, you begin to build a relationship. So it's like, I'm thankful because I probably wouldn't have as many friends as I do now if it wasn't for music, bro. Them days, a lot of stuff I seen growing up, you get depressed, man. You don't got nobody to talk to. That stuff will ruin a man, bro.
Right. You have a lot of people reach out to you.
I mean, I reach out to a lot of people, bro, because like, I don't know if you've seen it. They voted me artist of the month or something on Ohio local music scene once, and they listed me as like voice for the addicts and where it's concerned like PTSD and mental health and former gang members and stuff like that. And I try to reach out to a lot of people because a lot of people are in a position where you don't have to go down that road, but they're right there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't get it's hard. It's good to catch people before they go into that life rather than already there. Because once you're there, a lot of people, once you're in that cycle, it's hard to get out of.
Right. Yeah.
It's hard to get out of. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's talk about our past work, because I know we talked for I feel like over a year before we even linked.
Yeah.
Like we talked for a while, and something was always.
Yeah, I was working on that album a lot, and family issues, whatnot. Man, that album was crazy.
We finally linked, and we shot. Well, we shot all of it here for Be Quiet, but then we decided we wanted another scene.
Yeah.
So we went to Akron.
Yeah, we went to the Rosemary's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to over there on, was that Hamel?
I have no idea.
Inman? No, that was Inman. over my dude Juice's house. Yeah, yeah. I just been grinding it out, doing a lot of work. I mean, I was working with Flames Oh God for a minute there before while I was working on my album. I ended up putting our song on there. Um, yeah, man, I just been all over the city working. We went down, got on the radio down in Columbus, did a freestyle, went down there, and he was getting his album promoted by Kevin Gates' brother, Ron Gates, his DJ. So we was down there, took some pictures or whatever. Just I've been from here all the way to LA. I worked with DJ Flip. I don't know if you know him, but he produces for like Trippie Redd.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, Boosie, Fatboy SSE, Blueface. He got stuff with Shoreline Mafia. Well, I guess they broke up or whatever. Shoreline Mafia did. What's his name? Fabio Foreign, or what's his name? Phoenix Flexin', that's who it was. And then other dude, I forget his name. There's so many people, bro. In this game, it's crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of artists. So then after that, we shot Survivors with you and Brody.
Yes, sir. That joint's fire.
Yeah, we dropped that pretty quick. And then we just actually dropped Fake Rappers, last week?
Yeah, Fake Rappers, yep.
That's actually now one of my favorite songs on the channel. So
I think the video helped it out. I think the video made it better. I think a lot of songs need videos, bro.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I try telling people. Try telling them.
You can make a bad song seem alright with a video. With the right video. That's crazy.
So what's your favorite song that you've made?
That's a tough one.
I'm sure you got a lot that you have unreleased as well.
Yeah. I got a lot that was unreleased. Honestly, though, it's probably going to be one of my older ones. It's probably going to be Day Ones, because that was a real rough time in my life. I had just got out of jail and just got out of rehab or whatever and treatment and stuff. And my buddy Lil Donnie had just passed away. And I was there at the hospital right before his mom pulled the plug. And it was a sad sight. Like, drug addiction is a motherfucker, man. Like, had my dude so scared he couldn't even go to the hospital, and he had a septic. He didn't know it. Like, I guess he was using needles or something, and by the time he got to the hospital, the infection was so bad they couldn't do nothing for him. So they put him on life support and put him on a bunch of pain meds. His whole body was like swollen up. His skin was cracking. You could see it like pussing out of there, bro. Like leaving his skin. Like, it was bad, bro. It was one of the most, like, I've seen people get shot, bro, and that shit, that was nasty, bro. That was nasty. So, don't do drugs, man. Don't do drugs. A lot of us rappers, if I could tell anybody one thing, it's like, this music is pure entertainment, and a lot of it is us as artists getting stuff that we don't agree with, or stuff that we've seen that we had to deal with day to day that we just want to get off our chest. Some of it, like, yeah, it sounds like, we think it's cool or something, but in reality, you're hearing the beat. You're not really listening to the words, bro.
Yeah.
Take away that beat and you might hear something else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. If you could have any collab ever, who would it be?
Any collab ever. It used to be Eminem growing up, but honestly, I probably had to go with a guy like OT the Real, or like Millie's, or like a Jadakiss or something. Just because they come from the same similar situation.
Right.
Eminem, he's the GOAT, but I just don't feel like he makes the same kind of music that I make. I feel like it'd be different. He's definitely one of them, though. There's a lot of them I like to work with. A lot of them. Like Lil Baby, definitely. Dirk, I'd work with him. There's a few people that you know that I wouldn't work with that are just from the city. So, a lot of people in the city. I got a feature that's coming out with Big Buzz. My dude just did a show with him down there in the Lax on their country lit tour. That was pretty dope. They just dropped a video. It's got like 200K views on it or something like that.
Good numbers.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that in eventually. Playing it slow because he's on the road. He's got a bunch of stuff he's doing with Nelly and Tim McGraw and all types of crazy stuff going on right now. So.
So who's your biggest influence or like your biggest inspirations? Like what keeps you going? I know you got kids, so.
Yeah. Man. Biggest inspiration. Biggest influence. Like musically?
Yeah, I guess let's not go with family. Musically.
Musically? Right now? Man. I have to give it to T.I. He was a big inspiration growing up. Like I said, Millie's, Jada Kiss, Tech Nine. He's a monster. Dopest independent, biggest independent act ever.
Yeah, he's definitely on my top 10 for sure.
Jelly Roll. He was dope back in the day. Back when he dropped like Mid-Grade Miracle and all that shit. That shit was hot. That shit was real hot.
Out of nowhere, quick. He
Yeah.
blew up fast.
Yeah, that shit was fire. Yep. Then like everybody grew up listening to like Bone Thugs and Twista and all that shit back in the day. Tupac, Biggie, but DMX definitely was one of the biggest ones. I listen to everything though.
I feel that. I listen to everything except for like jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. It's gotta have words for me to listen to it for real.
Right.
A lot of that jazz don't have words.
Are you promoting any singles right now?
Yeah, the videos that we just shot, I'm getting ready to run a couple more interviews on them. Possibly do more blog placements and stuff like that. Working on getting a publicist. I blew all my money on a freaking manager last year and just now starting to recuperate from all the stuff I did in LA. So when you're independent, man, that's the real grind.
Yeah, most definitely. What's the most recent project that you've released?
The most recent project I released, it would either be that. Dang. Well, Fake Rapper's the video that we just dropped. That's technically the newest release, but the newest song that I released was Respect. Right after we dropped, after Survivors, there was another song we did called Respect. That shit's pretty hard. If y'all want to catch that, Dita Truth on YouTube, Spotify, all there.
Definitely check it out.
That shit's fire. All bar work, high level rap.
So what is the impact that you want to make with your music?
I just want to help people, bro. If people are going through situations like I've gone through, bro, and anybody like, there's a way to make your life better. There's always a way. So I know a lot of people. I almost gave up a couple times, bro. Drug addiction had me in a bad place, bro. I seen my first murder I ever saw I was fucking 4 or 5 years old, bro. I lived on East Emerling, and I seen somebody get axed in the head. It was right after my mom got in that fight and stuff. After I got in that fight, we moved, and somebody got axed in their head right in the middle of the street. We ended up moving again, bro. It's like I've lived everywhere there is in Akron, bro. Everywhere. Something's always happened. It's just it's wild, bro.
That's insane. So, I guess we can still ask it, so you can tell them. Where do you record your music at?
Mainly at the house, bro. I've been recording since I was like 16. So I've been familiar with studios. It used to be Central 8 and Pacino studio, back when it was on Johnston, and then they got new owners or whatever, and now it's out in Norton. I recorded there. My dude Frankie Wahoo, Ken, he's got a studio called 1838 Recordings. He does a lot of big dog shit. So he's got a couple platinum records under his belt, bro. I'm real proud of him, bro. Real cool dude, bro. Real cool dude. He got his start up there at Spider Studios. He was interning Spider Studios, big, gigantic studio in Cleveland. Produced a lot of work. He's worked with like MGK, Dirk, few people.
What other artists have you worked with, and who are your favorites to work with?
My favorites to work with. I've worked with a lot of artists. But if I had to say my favorite artist to work with, probably be. See, I can't leave any of the fellas out because a couple of these people are like my brothers, bro. I got my dog Juice. I got my dude Braddock. Got Brody, of course. Was my cousin Teasy. We don't really link on the music no more. My dude Beyond. But if I had to say, and another one I work with, Paperboy Solo G. He's from Dayton. He worked with like Yellow Pain and stuff like that. I don't know if you're hip to him. He's buzzing, bro. That was one of my favorite songs too. It's called "Do the Right Thing," featuring Paperboy Solo G. That song's hard as fuck. Man, work with Jizz, Booter. There's a lot of artists I work with, bro. I forget. I'm just ready to keep going, bro.
Yeah, when you're this far in, as far as you are, you have to have worked with a lot of people.
Yeah. Yep. When I used to go by a different name, like when I first started rapping, I was with Kilo G and Young Block and my dude Young Dow. That was when we was at Johnston. And then did a few songs with freaking Flames O' God, and then I'll tell you my favorite performance though. My favorite performance was when I opened for Kasky.
Okay.
He had like 500 people there. It was crowd surfing. That shit was lit. I got rid of like 100 and some shirts that night. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
That's insane.
Dude, the stage, it was like 10 feet off the ground. And it was like a whole, like, just a gigantic balcony in the middle of this ballroom in downtown Akron. And it had like another stage downstairs. There was 2 floors, and the whole upstairs is just a gigantic ballroom, bro, with cathedral ceilings, gold all over the ceilings, all the freaking furniture in there was laid out, crazy looking, bro. That was a lit performance. I had to lightweight bully my way on the stage, bro. Promoters that had him come there, they overbooked it, bro. And they had people up there crying and shit. And I was like, y'all ain't about to skip me. Whew. pushed dude out the way and went up there and was like right by the mic until it was my go. Killed that shit though. That shit was lit.
So if you were handed $1 million tomorrow, what would you do?
Invest. I'd start buying features right now. Every feature I could get, I'd be booking festivals. I'd be booking, oh man, it'd be crazy. I'd be designing merch, everything, bro. This wouldn't be able to keep up with me if I had $1 million tomorrow.
Yeah, I wish I had $1 million. What do you like to do outside of music?
Skate. I like to skate, bro. And then I like to go for like drives by myself. I like to clear my head. That's pretty much it. Basketball. I play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Play a game with my kids. Old me would tell you shit. Go to the bar, drink, have a couple shots, but too old for that now. I'm trying to be about this business. I feel like that stuff gets in the way. I already lost a lot of years and time that I could have been putting into this because of drugs and alcohol. I don't really want to go too crazy. I'd rather vacation or invest in something. See if I can make some money.
Right. Do you have a message for your fans?
Yeah, man, keep grinding. Whatever you do, doesn't matter. Job, business, whatever. Just keep yourself busy because being stagnant induces depression, and life can be really beautiful when you're not fucking yourself up. So let's go out and get it, bro. Have a good time. Fuck all the rest of the bullshit.
What's the best life advice that you've ever gotten?
Take negativity with a grain of salt.
That's a good one, for sure.
Dwell in it, man. You ain't gonna. It's bad vibes, bro. What do you want to live like that?
Right. Yeah. People just get off on negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I get fed into it, but man, I really try to stay positive for the most part.
Yeah, well, Ohio's voted the #2 rudest state. I
bet.
Yeah.
There's some rude.
When I went out to LA, bro, they treated me like royalty out there, dog. Like, it was crazy. I was walking in the weed shops, they was giving me free weed and shit, like free keychains, like edibles, everything, like food. That shit was lit, bro. It was like a whole type of different vibe. Right. Downtown and down in Florida, same thing, bro. I played one song at the freaking stoplight. Had all 4 stoplights stopped. Everybody was out there rocking that shit, bro. It's a different level of support, different level of people, bro. It's just crazy up here. Like, there's a reason why everybody comes here. Ohio, everything's cheaper. So that's where you get a lot of the bad motherfuckers that come up here because they need to survive. And that shit is what it is. You seen where I live, bro.
You want to tell them your platforms and everything to follow you on? I think you may have said it in the beginning.
Yeah, Instagram, Dita Truth, Facebook, Dita Truth, YouTube, Dita Truth, Spotify, Dita Truth, everywhere, DITA Truth, on all platforms.
Yeah, definitely check his music out. If you haven't seen any of the videos that we've made, definitely go check them out. They're bangers for sure. Thank you guys for tuning in to another artist interview on NTV or NVTV. I always mess that up. I'll get it down one day. Basement Sessions. So yeah, thanks for coming in, and definitely keep an eye out because we.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I'm just excited to get to work. Let's get this shit going, bro.
Yes, sir.
We got a bunch more coming. I got so much stuff I'm sitting on. It's ridiculous.
Yep, we are ready. So keep an eye out. Thanks for tuning in.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win.